Yo, hey y'all, what's up? I am finally done training for today. Ooh, I'm beat. I'm beat. I hate that noise. But I'm going live today because everybody's like, well, what'd you think? What'd you think? Well, first let me tell you, everybody has hit me up about this fight. And before the fight, I had said, I was like, Damian literally hit me up, right? He like, Champ, who you got? I'm like, I think Canelo gonna win on a close 12 round decision. I'm like, like maybe a majority decision or a unanimous decision, but it will go all 12. And Damian was like, I don't think it's gonna go all 12. Like he just like, I think Canelo gonna go out there and smash him. And I was like, I don't think that because the persona, right? The persona that Billy Joe gives off to me, he gives off that persona of just no quit. Make sure y'all buy some badges too, cause it's gonna be like a long bill live. So buy some badges and I give you more information about what I thought. But so I'm like, I kept saying like to everybody like Billy Joe ain't got no quit in him. Like to me, I'm like I thought if anything happened in a fight that he would go down swinging type of deal. That no matter rather his eye got messed up, rather he got hit with a good uppercut, he's gonna get up and protect it. Like I still just felt like Billy Joe was just like a tough guy and he didn't want to lose. And a lot of guys who I've seen fight Canelo, to me, they already lose going in there. They already lose going in there. But it seemed like Billy Joe was like, he came in there with no respect for Canelo. And that's how you beat a top fighter. That's how you beat a top fighter. Thank you for whoever bought a badge. Keep buying them, keep buying them. But it was like, for me, I was like, So as I watched the fight, I thought Billy Joe was doing pretty good, but I didn't think he was winning. A lot of people were saying, like, I think Chris Mannix had him up two rounds above Canelo, which I'm like, he had a pretty good 2 rounds before he got stopped. Yes. But it just like for me, I'm like, he wasn't above. I thought it was very good competition. It's been a long time since I've seen anybody land a jab, a right hand, anything on Canelo. So to see somebody actually go on there with some gumption and want to fight, I was like, this is great. This is great. You purchase a badge by just clicking on here and then it'll tell you. But just on that, I was just shocked to see him. He took some hard shots because Canelo, he's like a freaking truck. Okay, let's get that out of the way. He's like a freaking truck that I had just seen him just get hit with that uppercut. His eye, got messed up and they just called it. And I was shocked to see that because I'm like, I knew Billy Joe was coming out the next round. I'm like, I can't wait till the next round to see what Billy Joe come out and do. Like, I thought that's when we was going to see that grit, to see how much he really wanted it. And to see he didn't come out, it was shocking to me. It was. It was. No, I've never fought a woman as strong as Canelo. I fought some pretty skilled women in my lifetime, the Olympics and everything. But I don't think, like I said, I just gotta. It's something about me that's like, I can't go home and sleep at night knowing that I didn't give 100. And it seemed like to me, even though his eye was messed up, he still had one eye. And then he also has the interview where he was saying, Daniel Du Bois should have went down on his shield. He quit in the corner. And, was throwing all kind of insults at him. And now, one thing I love about the UK people, shout out to y'all, the UK fans, y'all make so many excuses for y'all fighters. It's ridiculous. But I like how loyal y'all are, which, I hope I got some loyal fans in y'all too. But it's like, you can't bash Daniel Du Bois, but don't bash Billy Joe. That's it. You can't pick and choose who you bash. Y'all can keep on buying those badges because I'm really finna get deep with y'all in a second. But And just like with that, I'm like, I wasn't liking that. But let's just go a bit further. Do y'all know who Demetrius Andrade is? I'm just asking. Whoever know who Demetrius Andrade is, go ahead and buy a badge. Yeah, buy a badge even though. But this is what I will say. Demetrius Andrade signed with Matchroom 2019-18-ish, right? Canelo had a few belts at 160. He could have been undisputed. Could have fought for the undisputed title against Demetrius Andrade for the last belt back in 2018, 2019. But for some reason, Canelo went to 168. And then 175, right? And I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, dang, Canelo just hopping around. But I cannot believe. Go ahead and buy your badge because I'm about to get deep. I can't believe this. I couldn't believe that Canelo said that Demetrius Andrade was a horrible fighter. Got the game fucked up. Completely. Out of line. Demetrius Andrade is not no terrible fighter. He's an American Olympian. Okay? He had to fight to get out of his contract with Rock Nation. This dude has fought some awkward, tall, strong fighters ever since he's been with Matchroom. And he's come out on top. Now, age is a factor with everybody. But he has always called out Canelo. And this is not nice to Canelo because to me, he is a king. Okay? He is a king. That dude got so much power. But for anybody on here saying that Demetrius Andrade is a bum, you don't fucking know boxing. You don't know boxing. No. Demetrius Andrade is not a bad fighter. He's not trash. Y'all are uninformed. I've been seeing this video floating around that's showing like a little he was throwing some wild punches against a fighter he was fighting against, this big tall guy I remember. And people talking about this the guy you're talking about, this the guy you're talking about. And it's like, ain't nobody doubting Canelo, but it's fighters out there who will actually fight him and give him a good money. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Demetrius Andrade is slicker than Billy Joe Saunders. Demetrius Andrade is stronger than Billy Joe Saunders. And if Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade would have fought, Demetrius Andrade would have won. He would have won. Yeah. So, stop the bullshit. Canelo is not overrated. Listen, he's a hell of a fighter. No, he is not overrated. He's a hell of a fighter. But for anybody to say that he don't pick his opponents wisely and that he skipped the undisputed championship at 160 to go fight at 168, that's not okay. And, Eddie Hearn is Demetrius Andrade's promoter. Why he gonna sit up there and just kind of sit there as Canelo say Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter? Well, guess what? This is what I got to say. If Demetrius Andrade is such a horrible fighter, Canelo, fight him. Shut him up. Make him be quiet. Hey, little girl. That's it. Buy a badge. But listen here. People saying it's not a money fight. Stop it. It's a high risk, low reward. Canelo said he's a terrible fighter. Go ahead and beat him and solidify your greatness. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Stop the cap. Haven't fought anybody. Listen, for Canelo to say that Demetrius Andrade is a terrible fighter, hell, I would have said this. Listen, I got to say something back. So, I'm not mad about what he said, about what Demetrius Andrade said back. I'm kind of like, I think Demetrius Andrade had a good approach. Whoever he was with, I think it was his dad or maybe his brother, they messed it up for him. They just came in there talking too much and too hype. Should have let Demetrius Andrade have the floor because Canelo was getting ready to answer his question. And I think what Demetrius Andrade was going to say back, since you said, oh, he said, you haven't fought nobody and, you're a horrible fighter. Demetrius Andrade, his response was going to be this. Okay, since you're saying that I haven't fought nobody, I want to fight somebody. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. And that would have been it. And Canelo could keep saying whatever he want to say, but at least the fans, buy a badge, y'all. At least the fans in the world can see that this is the effort that Demetrius Andrade is taking to get this fight. He's coming to a press conference, He's coming to a press conference to press the issue. He can no longer rely on his promoter, because his promoter one time was in a video saying that he's the only one that can give who can give Canelo a good fight. And now he's basically ignoring the fact that Demetrius Andrade even exists, and just on this whole undisputed train to make Canelo undisputed at 168. And it's like he skipped the whole weight class. So listen, all my respect to Canelo, but I'm not finna sit here and let nobody say that Demetrius Andrade is a terrible fighter. And I watched this man spar. I've been to this man fights. He ain't no terrible fighter. No, he not. He's a great fighter. And it's a lot of guys who don't want to get in the ring with him. And this what I think should happen. If I was Demetrius Andrade, I would try to intercept that fight with Caleb Plant and Canelo. I would want to get the fight with Caleb Plant first. That's what I want. That's what I would do. And and if he get that win, then he'll have the fight to fight against Canelo at 168. What y'all think? And also, too, Booba got a belt at 160. Need to make that fight with him and Triple G. Everybody keep on mentioning Triple G whenever Canelo have a good fight. How come Triple G ain't gonna fight against Demetrius Andrade? Or what's his name? David Lemieux not gonna fight against Demetrius Andrade. Y'all can say what you want, but Demetrius Andrade is not no bad fighter. Benavidez, he's at 168. So that is what I have for y'all today. That's just my opinion on it. Anything else I want to say about that card? Sissoko was a really good fighter. He reminded me of Mark Breland. He did. He had a really good jab to the body. I see he was from France, Olympic bronze medalist. I was really impressed by him. And that was my first time seeing him fight. So that was pretty good. I was shocked that one of the judges gave a fight to the other guy. But at the end of the day, he still won. What else I say about that card? Oh. Take men out of boxing who fake low blows and fake behind the head hits and try to get disqualification wins. Take them out of boxing. Somebody take them out of boxing. Because I'm tired of it. Men get paid all this money. They get the opportunity to be on the big undercards. And then they come in there and do stuff like that little guy, what's his name? Aguilera? Get him the fuck out of here. Hey, KO, get him the fuck out of here. Hey, what did Canelo say to what did he say to Demetrius? He said, "Get the fuck out of here. Get that dude the fuck out of here." Because I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, he acting like he wanted to fight the ref. That's what blew me. But it's like, guys who do that shouldn't be given no more opportunities, bro. No. Shouldn't be given no more opportunities after that. You do some stuff. And then, he just kept, him in the back of the head. And, in my shoulder. And, like he wanted to fight the fucking ref. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Women don't do that. I done had some fights where I've been whooping girls' ass, and they still don't fake nothing. Fake no low blows, fake no behind the head shots. You know, I don't make no excuses. I done been elbowed in fights before. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, this dude on here really acting like this and cussing and stuff. I know he said the B word up in Spanish for sure because I heard the word punto. I know that's a curse word. I think you mean bitch. But that's just my opinion on all that. And I wish Billy Joe a speedy recovery. I wish him a speedy recovery and everything. And can't wait to see him back in the ring again. But he put up a hell of an effort. I just never thought that I would see him not get off his stool, no matter who said what. You know, I just never thought I'd see that. But it happens. It happens. It happens. So yeah, that's about it. Go out. I'm out of here.